Hi, I'm Jesse. Welcome back to my channel, JaffyDuck Productions. Today we are going to be discussing, reviewing, and recapping Arrow Season 6, Episode 12, All for Nothing. So, this episode, Oliver continues to battle Kate and James when Dinah and Oliver have a major disagreement. One of their own is put in danger. So, as usual, this will be full of spoilers today, so please, if you haven't seen the episode, come check me out later. Alright, let's hop right into it, folks. The cold open is on a shoreline. There's an Argus team coming in under the water. This is a blackout shoreline, no satellite cover in 10 minutes. Like, this is the only, since every other exit and entrance is blocked, this is the only way to get in. Turns out, Argus team, instead of doing line of sight radio, they did a connected radio. And so Kate and James found the connection and used it to fry their brains. So yeah, that was instantly their help from the outside. They're $70 million in. That means 7 days have gone by since Oliver, since this all started, since he blocked it off. And they only have a day or two more before they're completely bankrupt. So, during this meeting with Speedy, Oliver reveals that William is safe in an Argus safe house with Reza and PS4. So, from there we cut to Lance. He discovers he's being followed by Black Siren. No idea why, and yeah, so from there, Lance is being followed by Black Siren. So Lance is being followed by Black Siren, and then we cut over to Dinah and Vince meeting, Vigilante, and he kept going, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me now? Have I proved myself to you?" Shut up. And they flash back to them first meeting at CCPD headquarters, introduced by Captain Singh. They are going to be partners on an undercover job. So, yeah. Less of a meeting. Alright. And so, after that, it shows where Vigilante went. He went back to meeting with Kate and James. Kate and James and them were having a meeting, or more like a wake for Mr. Shack. That's the person Vigilante shot. So apparently his name was Mr. Shack. He literally did nothing. So Caden's getting even more paranoid, or seems it, or in general he's a paranoid dude. So this is not entirely surprising. Yeah, we cut down to the arrow quiver, and it's Oliver and Felicity talking about going on a honeymoon once they get rid of Kate and James, and they're talking about going to Aruba. Alright, two things. So, first of all, Aruba. Did they get this recommendation from Mick? Two, really? You want to go on a honeymoon on an island? Alrighty then, that sounds like a great idea, Felicity. So, anyways, Felicity gets a heads up that Vigilante was spotted in their area, so of course Spartan and Green Arrow go out after him. They track down Vigilante, they have him at gunpoint, and then Wild Dog and Mr. Terrific show up because they were doing a meet with him. So they all go back to Helix. Well, I'm sorry, Helix's former place. And while walking in, Curtis makes a bad singles joke. Something like, "It's amazing the productivity you can have when you're single." Alright, Curtis. Alright. So they're all there, they're discussing where Vigilante doesn't know where the thermobaric bomb is. So they need a plan to get the thermobaric bomb, the location of the thermobaric bomb. This all involves Vigilante doing something really incredibly stupid and probably going to get him killed or seriously injured, but luckily he heals fast. Anyway, so I actually looked up thermobaric bomb, and it's actually a freaking thing. It sounds almost like a made-up name to me, but I'm almost like stunned at how realistic this thing is. Anywho, sorry. So they're gonna send Vigilante in with the sniffer. He has to plug it directly into Katie and James's mainframe, and then it will download the information. Then he has to have line of sight to send it to them. So, yeah, this is putting Vigilante at a great risk. So, flashback over to Lance and Thea discussing Laurel. That's going to be a through for them in this episode. Lance, Thea, should we save Laurel? How can we do it? Let's discuss Laurel. Let's discuss her following you. Blah 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 blah. This isn't your Laurel. You should have just killed her. I mean, you would probably be an alcoholic, and I don't think you'd bring yourself to do it. You should have arrested. You should have done something more to her. She should be locked up in a metahuman prison. Beyond that, alright, so we cut back to Vigilante and Green Arrow. Green Arrow's having a discussion with him and about trust, and anyways, I found Vigilante held his own against Oliver, and it was just very, it wasn't even really a dick measuring contest. It was, alright, this is how we stand with each other. I don't know why he has such a hate on for Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. I don't know. But yeah, maybe he thought Oliver was doing a good job before, then when he stopped killing, he stopped doing a good job. I honestly don't know. Alright, my next note is literally more Dinah and Vince flashbacks. Vince is so dead. There's an awkward meeting at the Quiver. So they all come back to the Quiver because Felicity has the tech, and it's the Outsiders inside man. So they have to work together. It's really awkward, well, especially for Renee and Dinah, who aren't literally aren't tech, so they can't do anything. Oh yeah, welcome back, Felicity Light, the little one that's little hacker girl. Yeah. Alright, quick speed run here. So, Vigilante's in. He gets to the server room, can't get in. Felicity provides him with a code, Caden's son's birthday. He gets in, he plugs in the sniffer, it's downloading. Caden catches him. Felicity feeds him some jargon, saves his life. Dinah is the one that convinced Vince to stay undercover, and once they had a feeling that one of their covers were blown, she convinced him to stay undercover so she'd get him more information. And instead of going to, this was a flashback by the way, instead of going to Captain Singh, and instead of going to Captain Singh, they just stayed undercover, and well, she got caught. It was her that got leaked. She got caught, she got tortured, and he got brought in front of her. He was going to be executed, pulled the gun to his head, and that's when the particle accelerator exploded. So Vince got shot, Canary used her first scream, so Vince eventually healed, yeah. But yeah, he gets out, Vince gets out, he talks Kaden down. Caden plays it very creepy and very quiet. Oh, such flattery, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so Caden gets out. Caden stops him. While he's having a discussion with Caden, Anatoly, or KG Beast. I want to be called KG Beast at one point or another. Anyways, Anatoly comes up behind him, electrocutes him. I'm assuming is a supercharged taser because the boy heals fast. They get him tied down. Caden's going to have him tortured. Richard Dragons cuts him. Caden's like, oh, that's fascinating, look at that heel, blah, 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 blah. And then they leave it to Anatoly, because in Anatolia gets to do the honors. In his country, they do things dirtier. So yeah, I'm loving David Nichol. He should be featured more often. He's plays Anatoly. Just, I'm loving what he does with the character, and yeah, I really want him to call KG Beast as well. So, anywho, let's move on. So we go back to this Lance and Thea thing where they trap Black Canary. They show her slideshows of her past. And like, this is the Laurel I knew, this is the Laurel I love. This isn't her. It freaks Black Siren out. She screams, runs away, doesn't kill Lance. But yeah. So, we cut back to the Quiver. Now, the big thing's happening here. At the Quiver, we've got Vince hasn't returned, and suddenly his comms come back online. He's screaming because he's being tortured. Now that's fine. He's being tortured and screaming, so of course Snyder wants to go save him, but they've got the location of the thermobaric weapon, and now that they've caught Vince, they know it's out, so it's going to be moved. Oliver says Vince is a trap. Dinah says if it was Lila or Felicity, you would go for that. Yes and no. Definitely if it was Lila, they would definitely go, because John would go. But if it was Felicity, a lot of the times, as much as Oliver saves someone he loves, he has a habit of putting the city first, and that results in a loved one's death. So they could have split the teams better, because it was a three-man team going to take out to rescue Vigilante, when it could have only needed to be, it really only needed to be a two-man team. Maybe one person if you did it sneakily, but instead of you going in raging. And turns out it was a fucking trap. Anyways, so cut to Oliver and Diggle going to take out the thermobaric weapon. They're packing it up, it's on the truck, and Anatoly sets up a trap for Oliver. It's a bunch of people tied to bombs. Oliver says, oh, sorry, getting a little ahead of myself. There's another awesome moving tracking shot, like it's flowing, the camera's kind of flowing with them. Great action scene again. Well, Arrow is always has a great action scene in it at some point, but this unique take when he's taking on so many people and this kind of flowing with them, I love it. So Oliver is given a choice by Anatoly: save the people with the bombs or come after the thermobaric weapon. Oliver's like, I thought you were an honorable man, Anatoly. Anatoly's like, yeah. Anatoly says, well, else I give you a choice. And so, of course, Oliver just gets pissed off, shoots the radio. Oliver goes after the trucks. Diggle helps the people, because there are two of them. They could have left, but if there was more of them, they could have left one behind, and 3 or 4 could have went after. So Oliver gets to it, gets to the trucks. They're all moving out. There's 4 trucks, and he can't even get around to following one because of the backup. All the people there, he couldn't even get around to following one or putting a tracer on them. So it's absolutely frustrating. If they had more people, they could have gotten it. Well, I said they're taking on Vince. So they went to rescue Vince. They find Vince, explodes. There's an explosion, takes down part of the building. Black Canary's trapped, and Vince is about to help her. Black Siren launches him back into the wall, and he gets stuck right through the shoulder. He's kind of hanging on the wall. While he's hanging there, Kate and James are like, let's test his endurance. Black Siren actually hesitates before she goes up and just starts a constant scream in his ear. His face kind of goes weird and just, boom, he's hangs there limp. Caden's like, don't make me mistrust you, blah 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 blah. Flashback again to his first death. Black Siren guilty. Death was obvious earlier on in the episode. No Vince, no bomb. It's a lose-lose situation, which goes back to the title of the episode, All for Nothing. They risked it all and they got freaking nothing from it. But they did find something on Caden's hard drives. It's the evidence he had that the arrow killed his son. So it's several shots. It's arrow firing at somebody. That person dodging, going right through a window and going into it. This evidence was doctored by the same person that doctored that photo of Oliver on top of Green Arrow's face, which was weird because we know Oliver's Green Arrow, but he always wears his mask and he's always got it covered from cameras and that. So somebody photoshopped it on his face onto it, released it to the press. This same person doctored these images to piss off Caden James. It's apparently somebody close to him. They doctored these things to frame him. So Caden James' his son is still dead. It's somebody close to him, probably killed him. Caden wiped all the information from not Central City Police Department, no, but the SCPD's hard drive so that he could take down Arrow himself. Which of course means that there was no evidence to look for, not to see what happened. Anyway, so apparently it's somebody close to James. Well, clearly one of three people now. Black Siren did it. Alright, I'll actually get into my theories about that later. Let's wrap up the rest of the episode. Quentin's broken after finding out Black Canary killed Vigilante and just executed Vigilante. Dinah's in pain. Why the fuck did Oliver not apologize to her? He's like, blah, 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 blah. It's not a great time, so now Dinah's on a vengeance spree. Dinah has it's really secured Dinah's vendetta. And it might be somebody. So, let's discuss who the person it could be close to Caden James. So we've got some options. It's Anatoly, Richard Dragon, or Richard Diaz, sorry, Black Siren, or an unknown supporter of his, or an unknown investigator of his. So, Anatoly could have done it, sent it to Caden and could have sent Caden to save Black Siren, because he did save Black Siren from the thing with Mr. Shaft. He saved her from the island to take on Green Arrow. So this could be Anatoly just behind everything, pitting Caden versus Oliver, just so that because Caden's destroying Oliver, destroying everything Oliver loves, and Anatoly doesn't have to do a thing. Just supplies men so Caden can have men. And yeah, it could be Richard Dragon, but we don't have any background on him, so we don't know for sure. Black Siren, she worked with Prometheus. It could be a plot from the grave to take down Oliver Queen, like his doomsday. Like if for some reason he didn't get Oliver, didn't destroy Oliver enough, it could be Prometheus taking him on. Now the unknown supporter is, we could, since Caden is so secretive, there could be somebody in his organization we don't know that could have done this. The unknown investigator, I couldn't think of a better term for it. Say somebody in the FBI want to take Caden down, pit him against Green Arrow. If you pit him against Green Arrow, the Flash, somebody, there's a chance they'll destroy each other, which is a win-win for some officials. Anyways, I enjoyed a lot of this episode. I did not agree with a lot of the stupid decisions in it. So for this episode, I would definitely give it to 2.5 or 3 out of 2.5 or 3 out of 5 arrowheads. Just it got me. It's solid acting. There's a lot of, like, the reason it's a 2.5 or 3, and maybe like I could see some people giving it 4. The reason this is some of the acting in it, some of the great moments with Kate and James, some of the great moments with Anatoly, some of these great moments, and that's why it would be that. But for fairly poor writing at points, I'm definitely just going to go with the 2.5 on this one. Anyways, that's my recap, review, and discussion of Arrow, Season 6, Episode 12. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Just feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. I love you. See you later.